bakers! Today I'm going to be baking shortbread cookies. I'm going to be showing you 3 different cookies that you can make from this one simple shortbread recipe. And honestly, who doesn't love a good buttery shortbread cookie?
Oh, hello. Welcome to Patty Cake's YouTube channel. I am Sir Michael, and this here is my loyal and trusty canine, Lord Stash. In this video, the Duchess of Braddock Estates, Lady Patricia, will be preparing a most scrumptious dessert that will surely please the palate and tickle your taste buds. I am talking about shortbread cookies, or as my blokes across the pond would call them, shortbread biscuits. These are so easy to make. Just follow her instructions and Bob's your uncle. You'll be serving these to your guests with a spot of tea in no time. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Also, a subscription to her channel would be jolly good. And so from all of us here at Braddock Estates, thank you so much for watching, and cheerio!
This is everything that you will need to make these shortbread cookies. 679 grams of unsalted, softened butter. 880 grams of all-purpose flour. 400 grams of granulated sugar. 6 grams of table salt. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I use a bakery emulsion, so that's why mine is white. Everything that I just listed is all the ingredients needed for the basic shortbread dough. The next ingredients are some optional ingredients that make these already great cookies amazing. Jam for center-filled thumbprint style cookie. I prefer a pastry type of fruit filling such as a Solo brand, which is just a normal brand you can get in the grocery store in the baking aisle. I think it has a lower water content, which makes the center nice and thick and not bubbling all over the place. Dark melted chocolate for dipping or painting the back of the cookies. Normally I just use a dark chocolate chip and not a bar chocolate. I don't temper the chocolate for this cookie because I'm just lazy and I hate tempering, but I probably should. Some sort of coarse decorating sugar for the top, either Swedish pearl sugar or a very coarse decorating sugar. I buy a lot of my decorating sugars from a store in Seattle called India Tree. I'll leave the link below in the comments if you're interested. Their sugar is a little expensive, but it's really, really nice. There are certainly a lot more optional ingredients that you can add to this cookie to make it truly amazing. Just use your imagination and experiment. I will leave the cup measures for this recipe in the description below. This recipe does make a lot of cookies, but you can easily cut this recipe in half. To start mixing your shortbread dough, In a stand mixer, beat the softened butter until combined. Now start slowly adding your sugar. Once all your sugar is added, beat this on medium speed for 5 minutes until your sugar butter mixture is light in color and very fluffy. This is a very important step, so don't skip or rush it. Now you're going to slowly start adding your flour. Also add your vanilla extract and salt. After you add all your flour, salt, and vanilla, mix till combined. Do not overmix. Nobody wants a tough cookie. Knead your dough slightly on your work surface. You're just looking for a nice smooth ball of dough. Cut your dough into 4 equal pieces. Wrap your dough and refrigerate for at least 1 hour. I dust my work surface with a combination of 50% flour, 50% confectionery sugar. The confectionery sugar is not necessary, but I do feel it cuts down on working too much flour into the dough. On a floured work surface, knead your dough together slightly. You're just looking for a cohesive dough with no cracks in it. You are now ready to start rolling your dough. The secret to making sure your dough doesn't stick is not overusing your flour, it's really keeping the dough moving. Use a butter knife, use a spatula, use a bench scraper. Use one of these tools to run under the bottom of your dough, making sure it's not sticking to your work surface. And most important, keep turning your dough, keep turning it. You can roll it anywhere from 1/4 inch to 3/8 of an inch thick. For the Thumbprint cookies, I use a cookie cutter stamp that I bought from the bougie kitchen store, Williams Sonoma. But for $16, I've had this set for years. They're very well made and they just will make such pretty cookies, are totally worth it. The Thumbprint cookies I roll out to 3/8 of an inch thick, which is the perfect thickness for these. You can place your cookies very close together on a parchment-lined baking sheet because once you have all your cookies together, you're going to sprinkle the tops with your decorating sugar and put them in the freezer for 1.5 to 2 hours until the cookies are frozen solid. This helps keep the shape of the cookie, and it's a very important step. I will always fill my cookies with the jam prior to freezing, but you don't necessarily have to do this. You can also fill them after they've frozen with room temperature jam. Now these cutouts I only cut out to 1/4 of an inch thick. I love this pretzel cookie cutter that I have, and I'll spray the top gently with water and use Swedish pearl sugar to resemble salt. Bake your shortbread at 300 degrees for 15 to 25 minutes. This all depends on the thickness of the cookie and the calibration of your oven. Because these cookies do not spread that much, you will need about 1 inch between each cookie when they're baking. Thank you for watching my video. Please let me know how you enjoyed it in comments. Also let me know if you have any idea for future episodes.
Please be sure to subscribe to Patty Cakes and hit that like button.